What up, YouTube? All right, this one gonna be real quick. I just want to expose a fact that I believe still the majority of us have not realized yet. And to be honest with you, up until probably past couple years, or maybe even like a year ago, I say about 2 years maybe now, I was under the same impression that most of us are still under. Well, first of all, the majority of the world still believes are not familiar with the whole concept of each individual person being born into this citizenship of slavery. It's funny when you say the word citizenship, it's symbolic. Citizenship, and the word citizen is related to slave. So obviously that would be, in so many words, in other words, a different word or phrase to say slave ship. So we've been born into the slave ship by way, in commerce that is, by way of the birth certificate. And the birth certificate being the first initial evidence of property, to be more specific, state property. Now okay. Now this little pretty certificate right here makes us state property, and this is our state property number, that bond number. And on the certificate, that certificate of live birth, that is, for those that are not familiar with that, the different types of certificates, the birth certificate versus the certificate of live birth that has all of the actual information related to your birth. It has your birth date. Let me see if I can blow this up. I'm not even sure if this one has it on here. Let's see, see view image. Okay. So this has, wow, Barack Obama's. That's funny. So this has his birth date, which is August 4th, 1965, 7:24 p.m. Place of birth, hospital. Is the place of birth inside city or town limits? If we give, if yes, give judicial district. I think that's what they say. Yes. See, that's a trick question. See, I wouldn't even respond to that, but yeah, residency, yeah, all these questions. See, we shouldn't even be dealing with it. If I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't even been. Yeah. Anyway, or I would resign. I would have signed that joint, my name and UCC 1-308. I would have dealt with that contract. Because at this point, because a lot of the methods that we're using to secure parties, ultimately we gaining control and gaining control of the interest, uh, and becoming the beneficiaries of this particular bond. So it kind of be stepping on our own feet if we go into a situation and say, okay, we're just not gonna which it is a way that we can operate without the birth certificate, but we don't get into that. We have other private sources. But like I said, with any contract, I'll always reserve my rights with it. You know, uh, like I said, I probably would still do it, but reserve my rights, not check certain answers, and gain control over that interest later. Once the kid turns the age of maturity, um, I'll release it back to him. So, okay, I'm looking for another. All right, it's cut off. All right, so look, it's cut off where it says date of signature. It also says date, and I believe it's another date of signature. Yes, another date of signature, and then below that is going to be another date, and that date is the date that it was actually traded. On your, because you'll notice you'll see two different dates on your certificate of live birth. Now, so, and those are the most important things on there as far as when we're claiming this on our UCC one. That bond number, the file number, and the date that it was turned over, which is usually about a few days or up to probably 2 weeks after you was actually born. So you have your birth date, your live birth date, and then you have your corporate birth date. So this is your certificate of live birth, and then the birth certificate is the corporate title. That's the corporate title. It's like you go and incorporate a business. You're gonna get articles of incorporation. So that birth certificate, which the thing that they normally give us now that we think is okay, this is our birth certificate, and we most of us are not even familiar with the certificate of live birth. That's what that is. That's the proof title that they want to give you and want you to hold around and claim as being you. When all that is a corporation. It's like you go to the Secretary of State and do an LLC. They can give you a piece of paper. If you get that piece of paper or that corporation with your name, you LLC your name. Are you going? If somebody asks you, are you going to say? Are you going to say this is you? Are you gonna are you know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna assume liability for that corporation. If that corporation goes bankrupt or gets into some type of financial or whatever type of issues, okay, the benefit of having that corporation established, that LLC or whatever established, it creates separation and division between the corporate entity, that corporation, which is not you, it's the corporation, and you. That's the whole concept behind this. That's the whole concept of the birth certificate. Now, another thing, the main reason why I did this video on top of that is because up until recently, I would have to admit, because I've known about the whole conspiracy behind the birth certificate and all that stuff for a while, but up until recently, I truly believe that damn, I'm like if I'm like my mother and my father pretty much signed my life away. It made me a ward to the state. If only they knew better and all this other shit. What and I tell the people like, yeah, our parents sold us off, and sold us off to the people, to the government. But I mean, technically, they're still responsible in some type of way. But indirectly, directly, indirectly, unconsciously. Uh, but because we stand on the fact that our parents signed on it. It's like okay, our parents signed on it, but at the same time, okay, that gives us leverage because okay, we didn't sign on it because we couldn't sign on because you was just a baby, we were just an infant. Because because babies can't write, right? Babies can't sign anything, so it would be impossible for you to have signed this document. So that means it would have been impossible for you to agree to the terms and conditions that came within this agreement, right? It'll be impossible for you to agree to the terms and conditions of this document that comes along with this document, the unforeseen terms and conditions and liabilities that come with being the holders and claim holders of this document, right? Because we cannot sign as a baby. Wrong. We signed as a baby right there. The little cute little footprint that they give us, like, oh, and we take a picture, we're like, oh, look at this, oh, look at this, so can we hang it up? Oh, look at the baby, oh, look at those cute little footprints. Look at those cute footprints. Look at those cute foot. They stamped the baby's foot on the certificate. That is a form of identification, a signature. The baby did sign. They forged the baby's signature by way of footprint. Case dismissed.